Over the last month, the viewership for this channel has exploded. And I just want to say thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to those who've been with me from the beginning. And I want to give an early thank you for those who've come to this channel who have not yet subscribed, but will. Thank you very, very much. We have particular goals to grow this channel. And the way we want to do that is by providing quality content. I've changed the system a little bit in terms of how I do the content, and I hope you will continue to enjoy and find benefit that will help you to improve your well-being and your overall happiness. Thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to your continued support and continued growth, and most importantly, continued quality content to help you along your way. Thank you.
The purpose of life, beyond the pursuit of happiness. We live in a world where happiness seems to be the ultimate goal. It's promoted everywhere, from self-help books to podcasts, from social media influencers to corporate wellness programs. Happiness is often portrayed as the pinnacle of success, the one thing everyone should strive for. But is happiness really the true purpose of life? Surprisingly, many psychologists, philosophers, and even neuroscientists argue that happiness, while important, is just a piece of the larger puzzle. Achieving happiness can be fleeting, especially if it is treated as an end goal rather than a byproduct of living a meaningful life. As people chase the next high, whether it's a promotion, a new purchase, or social validation, they often find that joy fades quickly, leaving a void that can only be filled by something more enduring. The happiness trap, a paradox of pursuit. Before diving into deeper ideas, it's essential to understand why the pursuit of happiness alone can lead to dissatisfaction. The hedonic treadmill, a concept first introduced by psychologists Philip Brickman and Donald T. Campbell in the 1970s, explains how humans adapt to new situations, and as a result, the initial burst of happiness fades over time. Whether it's buying a new car or achieving a lifelong dream, the excitement quickly becomes the new norm, and we find ourselves wanting more. This is why the constant pursuit of happiness, driven by external achievements, can often feel like running on a treadmill. You expend a lot of effort, but never actually arrive at lasting contentment. A study by Iris Maus, professor of psychology at UC Berkeley, supports this idea. She found that people who place too much emphasis on happiness often end up feeling less satisfied. The pressure to feel happy at all times leads to disappointment when they don't meet this expectation, creating a negative loop. This begs the question, if happiness isn't the ultimate purpose, then what is? A journey of growth, tapping into human potential. One of the most profound purposes of life is growth, personal, intellectual, and emotional development. Growth doesn't always guarantee happiness, especially in the short term. Think about it. Some of the most transformative periods in life are accompanied by struggle, discomfort, and uncertainty. Yet growth leads to a more significant and fulfilling sense of accomplishment. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs places self-actualization, or the desire to become the best version of ourselves, at the pinnacle of human development. Maslow argued that once basic needs, like safety and belonging, are met, individuals naturally seek to fulfill their potential. Self-actualization isn't about constant pleasure, but about living a meaningful life, one where you realize your capacities and use them to their fullest extent. Growth, in this sense, is about aligning with who you truly are and becoming the person you're meant to be. Psychologist Carl Rogers also emphasized the importance of personal growth, which he referred to as the self-actualizing tendency. According to Rogers, humans have an inherent drive to grow, improve, and fulfill their potential, even when faced with challenges. This idea is supported by modern neuroscience, particularly research on brain plasticity. Studies show that our brains are wired for growth, continuously adapting to new information, environments, and skills. The more we challenge ourselves intellectually and emotionally, the more we strengthen neural connections, fostering greater cognitive flexibility and resilience. Take learning a new language, for example. Initially, it can be frustrating and confusing. However, as you persevere, your brain adapts, making connections between words, grammar, and meaning. The satisfaction of progress, while not immediate, leads to a sense of fulfillment far more enduring than fleeting happiness. Contribution, the impact of helping others. Another core aspect of life's purpose lies in contributing to something larger than oneself. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychologist, wrote extensively about how finding meaning through contribution helped him endure the unimaginable suffering of Nazi concentration camps. In his groundbreaking book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl argues that life's purpose comes from the pursuit of meaning, not from seeking happiness. Meaning often arises when we help others or work toward a cause greater than ourselves. The science of altruism backs this up. Research conducted by the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley found that acts of kindness and generosity activate the brain's reward system, releasing oxytocin and dopamine, chemicals that make us feel good. These acts, often done without expectation of personal gain, foster feelings of connection and joy that surpass the fleeting pleasures of personal achievements. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies showed that people who spend money on others, rather than on themselves, report higher levels of happiness. This research suggests that contribution and generosity enhance our sense of purpose and well-being in ways that purely self-centered pursuits cannot. From an evolutionary perspective, humans are social creatures, and our survival has long depended on collaboration and community. This explains why helping others, whether through acts of kindness or by working toward a greater cause, brings deep satisfaction. Contribution allows us to feel part of something bigger, giving life meaning and direction. Authenticity, living true to your core values. Living authentically, or in alignment with your core values, is another crucial aspect of a purpose-driven life. Authenticity means embracing both your strengths and vulnerabilities, understanding who you are at your core, and making decisions that reflect that understanding. Researcher and author Brené Brown has explored the power of authenticity and vulnerability extensively. In her book, Daring Greatly, Brown argues that living authentically, while often uncomfortable, is a key component of meaningful living. She suggests that vulnerability, the willingness to show up as your true self, flaws and all, creates stronger connections with others and fosters personal resilience. When we live inauthentically, we experience what psychologists refer to as cognitive dissonance. This is the uncomfortable tension that arises when our actions don't align with our true values. Over time, living inauthentically can lead to stress, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment. Conversely, individuals who live authentically, making decisions based on their values rather than societal pressures, report higher levels of life satisfaction. Studies from the University of California, Berkeley, show that authenticity is linked to better mental health, lower stress levels, and even improved physical health. Living authentically isn't just about personal happiness, it's about aligning with your deeper purpose. Connection, the importance of relationships. Human connection is not just essential for survival, it is central to living a fulfilling life. One of the longest-running studies on human happiness, the Harvard Study of Adult Development, has followed participants for over 80 years. The findings? The quality of relationships, not wealth or career success, is the most significant predictor of happiness and life satisfaction. Good relationships don't just make us happier, they also protect our physical and mental health. Social isolation, on the other hand, is associated with higher levels of stress, inflammation, and a shorter lifespan. This makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. As humans, we evolved to live in groups, depending on one another for protection, food, and support. Today, while modern life offers more independence, the need for meaningful social bonds remains hardwired into our biology. As neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman explains in his book, Social, Why Our Brains Are Wired to Connect, social connection is a fundamental human need, on par with food and shelter. Strong social ties are essential not just for emotional well-being, but for our cognitive health and longevity. The more deeply we connect with others, whether through friendships, family relationships, or communities, the more purpose and fulfillment we experience. Leaving a legacy. Creating something that lasts. Another important facet of life's purpose is leaving a legacy. Whether through raising children, mentoring others, or contributing to meaningful projects, many people find purpose in creating something that will outlast them. This desire is deeply rooted in what psychologist Erik Erikson called generativity, the seventh stage in his theory of psychosocial development. Generativity involves nurturing the next generation and contributing to the world in a way that extends beyond our own lifetime. It's not about fame or recognition, but about leaving a positive mark on those who come after us. Studies show that individuals who engage in generative activities, whether through parenting, teaching, or mentoring, experience higher levels of life satisfaction and a sense of accomplishment, particularly in later life. Take, for example, a teacher who spends decades shaping young minds. Their legacy isn't measured in wealth, but in the countless lives they've touched and the ideas they've helped shape. This sense of contributing to the future provides a deep and enduring sense of purpose. The role of adversity, finding meaning in struggles. It's easy to believe that life's purpose should be free of suffering, but adversity often plays a crucial role in shaping our sense of meaning. Research on post-traumatic growth shows that individuals who face and overcome significant challenges, whether they are personal losses, illnesses, or other traumas, often report a stronger sense of purpose afterward. Viktor Frankl's experiences in the concentration camps illustrate this beautifully. Despite enduring unimaginable suffering, Frankl found meaning by helping his fellow prisoners find hope and purpose amidst the horrors. His story demonstrates that even in the darkest times, we can find a sense of purpose by using our struggles to grow, connect with others, and contribute to something larger than ourselves. In the end, the true purpose of life isn't just about chasing happiness. It's about growth, contribution, living authentically, building meaningful connections, and leaving a legacy. When we focus on these deeper elements, we unlock a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and yes, lasting happiness as a byproduct. Now imagine living each day driven by your core values, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and making a difference in the lives of others. That's the power of living with purpose. If you're ready to go beyond fleeting moments of happiness and start building a life that truly matters, the next step is within reach. If you're ready to uncover your true values, live according to your purpose, and take control of your life's direction, then let's connect. Type the word happiness in the comment section below, and Todd Allyn, the creator of this channel, will personally reach out to guide you on this transformative journey. Your best life is waiting for you. Take that step today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay happy.